Hello everybody, this is Renee from Paramount Solutions in Orlando, Florida. We are a small privately owned psychic service. We book psychic readings by phone. If you would like a reading, please call us at 1-800-966-2294. We always have new client specials available, and we usually have current client specials available. So if you'd like a reading, please call us, 1-800-966-2294. You can also check out our website at www.thepsychicline.com, where there's a lot of different information about psychics, psychic readings, and about our readers, so you can check us out a little bit further. We always encourage educating yourself as much as possible about the psychics and the psychic industry. This is a very large industry, and there's a lot of different people in it. We actually have been operating for over 20 years. We love what we do. We love to help our clients. Most of our clients have been here for a very long time. We're actually based on repeat clients because they call us back over the years of whatever's going on into their lives. So if you'd like a reading, call us. I wanted to recap a little bit about, even though we are going to be focusing on the fours of the Minor Arcana, I wanted to just go over a little bit about tarot cards again, because I have not covered that a little bit in the past couple videos that we did about the tarot card series. We do have 4 different suits in the Minor Arcana. They are going to be the Cups, the Pentacles, the Swords, and the Wands. They do have different meanings, and it's very kind of general on how those are, but generally speaking, the Cups are going to be talking about an emotional beginning, intuition, creativity. Pentacles is going to be about financial beginnings and business. Swords will be about ideas and mental beginnings. And then the Wands are going to be the start of an action or a movement. In this video, we are specifically focusing on the 4s of each suit of the Minor Arcana. So we're going to be focusing on the 4 of Cups, the 4 of Pentacles, the 4 of Swords, and the 4 of Wands. So generally speaking, when a card is reversed in the spread, the card can mirror itself. Some people describe it as a negative version of the card, but that's not always the truth. It can just kind of mirror it. It can, make it a little bit stronger. Just kind of depends on the card and where it's at in your tarot card spread. Not all tarot card readers use the same exact meanings that I do. Basically, I'm doing very basic type of meanings for the cards. When tarot card readers are very good, they've been doing this for a long time. The readings are actually come from a situation where they're doing clairvoyance along with tarot cards. They do have a lot of intuition that goes along with it. So they're going to be doing a little bit different. But we're just doing basic meanings so you can actually get the general idea of what these cards mean and how they are translated for the clients. So the 4s in the series of the Minor Arcana, they are all about perception, structure, and stability. The 4 of Cups, which is right here, is going to be about restlessness and boredom. Upright, which is when it's facing us like this. This may be a time where you really have your guard up. If you're looking for a relationship, this can actually show that the person being read may have been burned in the past relationships and maybe is having a hard time letting their guard down. It can also mean that the person being read doesn't trust the person they are interested in. For some odd reason, it's probably because of their past, maybe a past history of a bad relationship, that sort of thing. The person being read has a closed heart. She may not be able to recognize their soulmate, even if they're like right in front of them. So it's a matter of that person kind of needing to open up their heart to find a new beginning with a new person. Maybe even somebody who is your soulmate. So if that shows up, it is a guarded card, but it's actually not necessarily bad because, you can always open your heart and make some changes. It just kind of depends on where you're at and how guarded you are. Now, if it's reversed, which is when it's upside down, the 4 of Cups signifies even more distrust and more boredom or even a facade. The person being read may want to let their guard down, but they don't know how to do it. The person read needs to learn how to communicate their feelings and be honest with their feelings in order to move forward. And that, of course, does depend on where it is in the spread and all of that different stuff. So now we're going to be moving on to the 4 of the Pentacles. The 4 of Pentacles is all about savings, security, stability, and fear. Upright, the 4 of Pentacles is about protection of assets as your hard work is paying off. The person being read may be a little bit penny-wise, pound-foolish. The person read may also be hanging on to money because they're guarded from a past hardship, which is completely understandable. If they want to move forward, though, they will need to give a little bit more control. That could be in many different ways. If the Four of Pentacles shows up reversed in the tarot card spread, it's about an overly materialistic individual. There's a core belief in that person being read that they will never have enough and that they will always need more. So that would be also a different way that you would need to move on from that. You have to have an open heart in order to move on. Even open energy to move on from that. Okay, so moving on to the Four of Swords, which is right here. Four of Swords is actually about taking a rest and taking a break. The person being read is an okay place for it to take a mental break. The rest or break can be in a relationship space or in a work environment type space. They may be needing a rest for health reasons such as a surgery or injury. If it's reversed, the Four of Swords signifies the need to seriously take a break. The person being read may need to take a break because of influences outside of their control. If this card shows up because of an outside influence, or it can show up because of an outside influence or unforeseen circumstance, and it really does mean that the person may need to take a break. Now, whether or not that's past, present, or future does depend on where it's at in the tarot card spread, which we will go over in the future, as our tarot card series evolves. The Four of Wands is actually upright. It's a very, very positive card. Very positive. It's actually one of the most positive cards in the Minor Arcana. This card, it calls for celebration after success. The person being read maybe has had an opportunity that has been completed, and it's time for celebration. There could be a romantic partner who's coming into their life who's very loving. This card does signify that it's time for happiness and joy. Reversed, the Four of Wands is actually still positive. Just going to switch that out. There may be a disruption of some sort, but it should be a positive result, and it may indicate that it's time for a physical with your doctor. Some health concerns might pop up, but ultimately, they think that it would be okay. So if that shows up, it's a good card to have. Anyway, if you have any questions about any of these cards or even about tarot card readings in general, please call us. We would love to help you at 1-800-966-2294. We do have excellent readers available, and there's a lot of different things happening in the world right now that you might want to have a reading for. So call us. We would love to help. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.